So if I'm a European or Asian company, what are my barriers for accessing a US investor base?
Okay, so the US market is vast and complicated, and accessing the right sources, sort of capital, i.e. the investors that match your profile and is going to support your growth, I think requires the right advisor mix. So it's really important that you're working with someone who can take you to the relevant pool of capital. The other thing about the US market is that actually targeting is much harder. So the disclosure around ownership, stakes, etc., is a little bit more opaque because of the sizes they operate in. And so working with someone who's got smart targeting and ability to identify the right pools of investors is also going to be key. So those two things are the starting point, which is work with someone who doesn't necessarily take you to just tier 1 locations, but will open up the market for you, and also has got the ability to actually target that market using some smart intelligence, smart targeting. The second part of it is actually helping you narrate and sort of make an introduction to your company to those US investors. So here, what I would typically advise people to do is that before you go out to the US market, make sure you're filming one of the Edison TV executive interviews so that people have time to hear the management team talk about the story. If you're covered by us on the research side, we would typically suggest a longer shelf piece that illustrates the nature of the business and educates people about it. And also, when within your deck, try and bring an analogy to US businesses. I always remember Greg's going over to the US market, people not necessarily understanding what a sausage roll was, but actually making them comparable to some US businesses.
Yeah.
People suddenly started to get it. So there's some simple things in terms of just advice that we'd sort of give people, but it's really important that you can make a really good success of it if you're targeting the right investors.